Alright, hello everybody. Here is a supplemental video, so there are no homework problems in this. However, this is if you are lost or you just need a little bit of extra help on what we've been working on lately. This one will be for arithmetic sequences that are explicit. Okay, so I'll start off with my typical just fun thing. Find x. Here it is. Ha 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 ha. I swear if any of you guys do this, I might just slap you upside the head. Okay, so let's go ahead and get to work. So what this is arithmetic sequences. Should use the text box. Sequence. And an arithmetic sequence would be would be something like this: 6, 11 plus 5, so 16, 21, 26, and it keeps going. Okay. Alright, so what I need to do is I'm going to go ahead and label these things for you. So when we have sequences, we want to label things so that we can immediately say, oh, I'm looking for, the third term in the sequence. Right? So what we do is, if you want to find the first term in the sequence, you say I'm looking for a, and the way we say is a sub 1. See how this one is underneath, kind of. And the second one obviously is a sub 2, a sub 3, a sub 4, a sub 5. Okay, and you can keep going on and on, especially if there's this, ellipsis point that just says that it keeps going. Okay, and these are called terms. Okay, so if I'm looking for the first term, it would be a sub 1, and I know that a sub 1 is 6. Okay, so the arithmetic sequence for this, if it's explicit, what we need to do is write it like this, and I'm going to use the text box so it's easier. Explicit, oh, green, come on, I use black. Alright, explicit rule for sequences. It gets harder to type as the day wears on. Alright, so explicit rule for arithmetic sequences A. Oh, and Paint doesn't have subscripts. So I'm just gonna say it for you guys. A sub n. I'm just gonna make it really small. And a sub n is equal to dn plus a sub 0. I know that doesn't look like a sub, but you're just gonna have to trust me. Okay, so alert, yeah, that's a sub 0, and I couldn't do it because I'm using Paint. Okay, so what we need to do is, let's go ahead and figure it out. So first thing we need is the d, which is the common difference. Let me go back to writing. Alright, so what d is I just need to go ahead and figure out what the difference is between these terms. So what makes it arithmetic is that every time you're adding or subtracting the same number. And I think you guys are able to go ahead and think of the pattern that I'm doing every time here. So this one would be plus 5. Alright, 6 plus 5 is 11. Sorry, it must be late. Alright, so 11 plus 5 is 16. And then 16 plus 5 is 21. 21 plus 5 is 26. So you know that your d, or your common difference, is 5. And what we need next is a sub 0. Well, a sub 0 isn't on here, right? You can't see it on there. You see a sub 1, a sub 2, a sub 3, a sub 4, a sub 5. Well, you need to go before the sequence. And to go before the sequence, we're looking for, not doing green, not doing blue, a sub 0. Now, if we're thinking about what goes before 6, most people are able to just say, oh, it's 1. And the way we get to 1 is that 1 plus 5, running out of space, plus 5 gives me 6. Now if I'm going the other way, 6 minus 5 gives me 1. 11 minus 5 gives me 6. 16 minus 5 gives me 11. Okay, and that's arithmetic. You can go forward by adding 5 for each term, or subtract, the same number the other way. So a sub 0 is 1. And I'm going to go ahead and make the rule for this. So let's go back to black. A sub n is equal to 5n plus 1. Okay. Now what this is now our explicit rule for this particular arithmetic sequence. And we can look for any term. So let's go ahead and look for the 6th term. And right now, just pause the video and think about what would go right here, right after 26. Okay, so paused. Okay, alright, so let's look for a sub 6. And when I did that, what did I change my n to? Well, I changed it to 6 is equal to 5. And since I changed my n to 6, well, I have to change this n to 6 as well, right? And then plus 1. Well, now I have a sub 6, and I'm going to skip the step of multiplication. 5 times 6 is 30. 30 plus 1 is equal to 31. Okay. And I think most of you guys, if you guessed it, 26 plus 5 is 31. So yes, we got it. There's my check mark. Okay, and that's it for explicit rules for arithmetic sequences. Sometimes I might ask you, hey, you have A2 and A4, and then you got to figure out what goes in between. Okay, what are you adding from here to here and here to here? And I won't try to do too many fractions because I know it gets hard to think about. Alright, but that's it for explicit, and it's the 7-minute mark, so this is when I normally stop. Okay, alright, and I'll make another video for implicit right now.